remember our very first day shooting. We were at a reception center in Utah, a wedding reception center, and it was for a graduation party. And I was up on the second floor, and we had all of the kids in the show, the graduating seniors. And there was about, I'd say like 40 of them. And I remember I said to all of them, I said, all of you will never be together again in this show. I said, because in real life, the day after graduation, life changes. And that was a powerful moment for me because the show was based on who I was. And all those characters were based on friends or foes that I had growing up. That was a day that was very emotional to me to see it all come together. Watching those kids, especially now, it's been 8 years, turn into adults and start their lives and see the ones that have gone into film and the ones that have really become, better and revered and respected in the film community. And then I've enjoyed seeing the success of others. I would say that to me has been even more exciting than the actual show. But then watching all of the kids of Proper grow up. My own son was in the show. He started when he was 6. He is one of the youngest cast members, and he's 15 now. But he doesn't really remember a time when Proper was not part of his life. And all of his aunts and uncles and a lot of his close friends came from the show. And the same thing for my oldest son.
It wasn't really an expectation for everybody to join the show. It all happened. We try to find anything to continue to move forward, and the boys actually both auditioned for the show on their own.
And by the way, as we were talking about our 2 youngest being in the show, our other daughter, Jeannie the dog, also was in the show. And she started when she was a 12-week-old puppy, and she's definitely made it clear that she likes some of the attention as well.
My favorite scene, Mick Barnes, and no, it's not just because he's my son. It was the New Year's, I do believe it was New Year's Day. It may have been New Year's Eve, where he goes to the homeless shelter. He takes the fine china, and it's a little montage. And he sets it up, and then, one of the homeless people were trying to use the wrong utensil, so he smacks their hand, and it's way cute to see this kid try to teach table manners to the homeless people. And that's probably my favorite scene out of all of them.
For Xander, it was just, as a little kid, he was so creative. My very first time meeting Xander, he thought he was a puppy. And literally for the first 2 weeks I was around him, he held his paws up every day and pawed me. And then the next 2 or 3 years, he was an alien, and he would tell us about all the things that he experienced as an alien. And because of that, he was able to create a character, Mick Barnes, a billionaire, a kid who somehow ended up being CEO at 8 years old of a multinational company in the show. And he just settled into the role because he had the imagination. And I think with kid actors, that's a big part of it. It's as long as they're not really aware of what they're doing, but yet they're very aware, they don't analyze anything they do. They just do it. Whereas a lot of the older actors overanalyze and think about everything in every scene. And because of that, we found that many of the older actors, when they would act with Xander, they were much happier because he just reacted to whatever they did in character. And part of that was his natural curiosity about his character, Mick Barnes, which he very much carried Mick Barnes into real life and started setting the table and making sure we had silver on the table, and became a little bit of a snob at points. He certainly understood more of the world through his character than probably the average 8-year-old did.
My favorite scene, though, Xander's creative, and as a child, he went from a dog to an alien, and he was also a ninja in between. He was in this phase of alien ninja, and he wanted to be an alien ninja. And we told him he could be anything he wanted to. Alien ninja was kind of out of the question. However, the Halloween episode, he got his wish. He was a ninja and an alien. There's been a lot of up and downs from Proper. I mean, I think we get tired, we get exhausted, we feel like there's just too much at one time. So, take the elephant and take one bite at a time. That's the only way to eat it.
It's definitely been a part of me for so long. It became a part of the marriage and part of the family. And there's been a lot of negatives and a lot of positives. Many, 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 many more positives. But I need, not even just one, I need Proper to air as much as we can, excuse me, so that the stories can be told, the work can be seen, people can be credited. And that's really ultimately where I'm at right now.